I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone here tonight for this very special occasion. I'm Lauren Durr. I had the very fortunate pleasure of being these wonderful students' summer school principal for this summer, and I have to say it was an honor and pleasure coming in every day to work with them, watching them grow and reach this momentous achievement. I mean, they are truly an inspiration to everybody who's going to come after them, and I'd like to give them a special round of applause right now. Would everyone please rise for the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance presented by the MHS and JROTC Color Guard. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You can all be seated. A lot of standing up and sitting down. I'd like to take this opportunity now to introduce to you some of the members of our Board of Education who we're proud to recognize tonight. We have Linda Knapp, Board President. Mr. John Perino, Board Member. And Mr. Edwin Estrada, Board Member. I'd also like to take this opportunity to introduce some of our other distinguished guests. We have Dr. Kenneth Eastwood, who's our Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Richard Del Moro, who's our Assistant Superintendent for Instruction. Ms. Ann Ball, who's our Director of Guidance, Student Services, and High School Operations. And Ms. Jessica Turner, who's our Instructional Leader for SLOs and Coordinator of the Deans. I'd also like to introduce the people who helped make this happen for me for the summer. We have Mr. John Gerace, who is Assistant Principal for Summer School. And Ms. Shirley Thompson, who is also the Second Assistant Principal. We also have some honored guests from the faculty and staff of Middletown High School and Middletown School District. So would those members of our Middletown community please stand up to be recognized? It's my honor to now introduce Ms. Linda Knapp to give an address to the graduates.
Good evening. My name is Linda Knapp, and I am the president of the Middletown Board of Education. It is my honor to stand before you tonight and congratulate you on this special achievement. Graduating from high school is an important step that you will always remember. Your graduation is also the start of the rest of your life. At this moment, your future can be anything you want it to be, as long as you set your mind to it. You may have experienced some bumps in the road along this path. Some may have just been little speed bumps, while some may have been huge potholes. But the fact that you are here today receiving your diploma is a testament to your hard work and dedication. These are traits you will often depend on, as there will be no shortage of bumps in the road through life. But it's how we react to those bumps that makes a difference. When you are facing those bumps, remember how hard you have worked today to get where you are. And don't give up. You all deserve a tremendous congratulations and a job well done. I believe I speak for everyone on the Board of Education and in the district when I tell you how proud we are of each and every one of you. Don't forget all the important people in your life today. They've helped you reach this milestone. Take the time to look around and thank all your loved ones who have influenced you and helped to mold you into the person that you have become. Take a moment and just take this all in. This is your graduation. You have worked so hard to get here today, so enjoy it. I wish you all success in the future and wherever life may lead you. Congratulations and best of luck.
At this time, I'd like to call up two very special graduates to come up and give our commencement address. Would Anna Avalos and Megan Rios please come on up?
Well, class of 2013, we have finally arrived at Middletown High School graduation. For some of us, it has been a long and difficult journey to finally walk across this stage, but walk we shall. We have faced many obstacles and conflicts, but we have overcome them. So many times in life, people dwell on the mistakes of others. We have all made mistakes and poor decisions, but you know what? Falling is the key to success. Each mistake makes us, individual makes us, and teaches us something. It is a human quality. Failing, learning, adapting, and finally succeeding. A great American, Henry Ford, once said, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." How does a child learn to walk? By falling. How does a child learn to ride a bike? By crashing sometimes. No one really knows how hot a frying pan gets on the stove unless we touch it. In the Disney movie Cars, the character Mater has the chance to fix his dents. But he yells, "Don't fix my dents. They're way too valuable. I want to remember these dents forever." So class of 2013, remember your dents and learn from them. Experience is what makes us who we are. And who are we? We are unique and wonderful individuals. And now we are high school graduates. High school graduation is a tremendous accomplishment, regardless of when and where we earned it. This diploma we receive will be our testimony of hard work and our perseverance. More importantly, these diplomas are a stepping stone to a richer life.
This achievement is a turning point for all of us. It's now time for us to take advantage of this tremendous opportunity. We need to seize the day and prepare now for our future endeavors. Some of us will be attending college, some will seek a career in the United States military, while others will be starting exciting careers in various walks of life. Class of 2013, work hard, make a good decision, and importantly, respect yourselves. Another famous American, Bill Cosby, once stated, "I don't know the key to success, but I know the key to failure is trying to please everybody." Make good decisions for yourselves. Be yourselves, make yourself meaningful. Make decisions that constantly improve your situation, no matter what life has in store for us. We will always have fond memories and experiences of Middletown High School. As difficult as high school was for some of us, we truly are saddened to finally part. It's been a grateful learning experience. We would like to sincerely thank Middletown High School District for having summer school in the first place. We realize the time and effort it takes to run a summer school program. We're grateful for the opportunity. We would also like to thank our high school principals, teachers, clerical staff, and security guards for making the summer school program a great success. We also appreciate the custodial staff and kitchen staff for all their hard work. Mostly, we want to thank and to express our appreciation to all of our families, moms and dads, grandparents, teachers and friends who have guided us and supported us from the beginning. Thank you. We would not be here without you. So, class of 2013, go experience the world and become the talented individuals you deserve to be.
Thank you, ladies. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask Dr. Kenneth Eastwood to come to the podium to give his address to the class of 2013.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting us. I also want to let you know that this group of graduates here tonight, you should really feel good about yourselves because you have made up one of the largest graduating classes in the history of Middletown City Schools, so congratulations. Wonderful. Couple of months ago, it's actually not that far, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, one of the seniors asked me some questions as I was sitting in one of the classes about my career and kind of what shaped me as the person and where I am today. And when I sat down and I was thinking about it, I remembered an experience when I had my first interview for my first job after school. And the interesting thing is, I thought the interview was going well, and then at one point in time, one of the interviewers asked me, well, Mr. Eastwood, why don't you tell us something about some of your failures? And I thought that, wow, I wasn't planning on that question, and I really hadn't thought about that. But while I was thinking there for a couple of seconds, in my head, rolling over and over again, were all of the failures that I had, and the question was about which one I would tell to these interviewers. Ironically, I kind of grabbed myself and I said, well, you know, I've had a number of failures in my life, but the interesting thing about it was that in each of the failures, I've learned something, and I've leveraged those failures to do something in the future. Ironically, I met a family of a very famous basketball coach about 2 or 3 years ago. And this great man was born in 1946. He was a father and a famous basketball coach. And he wasn't born far from here. Matter of fact, he was born and graduated from Seaford High School and then attended Rutgers University, where he became a basketball legend. That gentleman is Jimmy Valvano, which many of you may know. Following college, Jimmy went to coach basketball at Johns Hopkins, Bucknell, and Iona before ending up at North Carolina University, where he led teams to championships in both the NCAA and NIT. The interesting thing, though, was when Jim Valvano was 17 years old, he took out a simple 3x5 card. And he wrote down all of his professional aspirations, the things that he wanted to do in his life. He would play basketball in high school and college, become an assistant coach, then a head coach, achieve a victory in Madison Square Garden, and finally cut down the nets after winning a national championship. This simple card, coupled with a strong belief that he could control his fate, would guide the next 10 years of his life. At the age of 36, Jim could take out his tattered card, because he kept it with him at all times, and cross out every single dream that he put on that card. He was indeed a master of his own destiny. Along the way, he adopted a personal philosophy for living that enabled an ordinary man, including individuals like myself, to accomplish things that we never thought we could ever accomplish. Jim believed that enthusiasm for life, dreaming big, and working hard were the elements that allowed him to be successful. There is no doubt that Jim's tenacity, passion, and vision played key roles in his rise to the top. And those are attributes that were mirrored in a book that was entitled Know-How, which identified 8 skills that separated people who perform from those that don't. Tenacity, the drive to get something accomplished, exactly why you're here today. Passion and vision, they're 3 of the 8 attributes that identify individuals who perform and get it right. But it wasn't until Jim Valvano was diagnosed with an incurable cancer that he faced his most difficult goal: establishing a perpetual foundation that would help to find the cure for cancer. That was his goal at that point in time. Just 3 months before his death in 1993, at the age of 48, and he was terribly sick and hardly able to stand or move. With the help of 2 of his best friends, ESPN commentator Dick Vitale and Duke basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Valvano forced himself to attend and speak at the 1993 ESPY Awards, where he received the Arthur Ashe Award for Courage. But during that presentation, he presented a moving and memorable speech where he pleaded to the audience, "Don't give up. Don't ever give up." Jim Valvano is not the only one that experienced a lot of struggles and failure along his life. Individuals like Michael Jordan did the same thing. I don't know how many people know. They know him as this great athlete, fabulous basketball player. But the reality is, Michael Jordan, at a time, was actually cut from his high school basketball team. Luckily, Michael didn't let the setback stop him from playing the game. And as he stated, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded." There's others throughout history, and some of the ones you may know, individuals like the Beatles, who were actually individuals as we know them as a great band, they were actually turned down a number of times. They had to play in, for a better term, bars that were in off streets for a long time before somebody finally listened to them. J.K. Rowling, who everybody knows for Harry Potter. But before she published a series of novels, she was nearly penniless. This is all very interesting for me because I found this interesting, that she was severely depressed, divorced, trying to raise a child of her own, and attending school while writing a novel. Rowling went from depending on welfare to survive and to be one of the richest women in the world in the span of only 5 years. We know other individuals like Steven Spielberg, Jerry Seinfeld, and yes, Oprah Winfrey. Most people know Oprah as one of the most iconic faces on television, as well as one of the richest and most successful women in the world. Oprah faced a hard road to get to that position. However, enduring a rough and often abusive childhood, as well as numerous career setbacks, including being fired from her job as a television reporter because she was unfit for television. All of these messages are for success and accomplishment, basically have the same theme. Virtually everyone failed at one time or another. Everyone struggled. But they didn't give up. They kept going. In closing, graduates, I'd like to challenge you to follow Coach Valvano's footsteps and create your own index card of professional aspirations. And then, with Jimmy V's tenacity, passion, and vision, begin to cross out each of the aspirations you accomplished during your lifetime. Wherever your dreams lead, may you find success and happiness and the courage to succeed. Congratulations and best of luck in your future.
It is my honor to now present our senior class for certification. Dr. Eastwood, our graduates have met all the requirements according to New York State.
So in view of the power invested in me and understanding that each of the graduates here have completed all the graduation requirements as required by New York State, I now declare you alum of the Middletown City School District. Congratulations.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time to present the diplomas. Mr. John Gerace is going to read our graduate's name.
Jaquan Anderson. Anna Avalos. Ricardo Aviles. Pedro Barbosa. Donald Brown. Desiree Candelaria. Robin Carter. Esteban Cintron. Leonides Cortazar. Christian Cordero. Jamel Ellis. Paul Fresenda. Davon Gillison. Edwin Gonzalez. Kristen Arizari Ponce. Chantel Martin. Timothy Mergenthaler. Araceli Navarro. Juan Ortiz. Hardy Pena. Megan Rios. Justin Ruiz. Lucia Sanca Bautista. Calandre Shake Snyder. Daniel Tinley. Gabrielle Valencia. Javon Bassel. Judy Marie Velez Alvarez. Jaretzi Vivaldo. That's the class of 2013.
Graduates, would you please stand? Turn and face your family and friends. It's now time to move your tassels.